But to refresh everybody or to educate the people on what the top 10 list is based on the execs and where they had these guys ranked in terms of high votes and low votes, I'll give you that. So Aaron Donald starts the list off at number 1. He had the highest ranking of a 1 and his lowest ranking in terms of what a executive or a coach gave him in terms of his position as an interior D lineman was a 4. All right.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? Then at number 2 on the list was Chris Jones. That's the D tackle from Kansas City Chiefs. His highest ranking was a 2. His lowest ranking was a 5. All right. Next on the list at number 3 was DeForest Buckner with the Indianapolis Colts. He had a high vote of 2, a low vote of 6. All right. Then after that, we got the big man from Pittsburgh. Well, he's not from Pittsburgh, but he's with our Pittsburgh Steelers, Mr. Cam Ironhead Heyward. He had a high ranking of 2. Shout out to my dog for that one. And he had a low ranking of 11. All right. But he averaged out at 4. That's where his ranking was for this year. Then at number 5, I'm glad he actually passed this guy finally because I feel like he never would get this respect in any other year. Fletcher Cox is at 5 now, ladies and gentlemen. Beforehand, it was always Fletcher Cox in front of Cam. And I'm like, yo, man, Cam does his thing, man. Give my dog some respect. It's good to see that he's getting that respect right here. But Fletcher Cox is at number 5 on the list, right? He had a high ranking of 3, a low ranking of 12. Then after that, we had Jeffrey Simmons. That's the D tackle out of Tennessee with the Titans. He had a high ranking of 3 and then a low ranking of 15 as well. Then after that, at 7, now this is a little bit of a surprise for me. Leonard Williams, that's the D tackle out of the Giants, right? He had a high ranking of 4 and a low ranking of being unranked at all.
Yeah.
I was a little surprised by that. I was like, dang, like that's a large discrepancy right there, man.
Yeah. Well, this one's even larger.
Like, well, yeah. I mean, speak of the devil, and now coming in for the first time ever. First time ever. Stephon Tuitt, ladies and gentlemen, coming at number 8 on the list. He has a high ranking of number 1, a low ranking of unranked. That is unreal.
Now that you go through this, because I only knew that he was number 8. Whatever I looked at on my phone, I saw him at number 8, and I saw the paragraph that you're saying. Mm-hmm. So I didn't see the full list. I actually think he could be bumped up a spot or 2 at least.
Then at number 9, they have Vita Vea. That's the D tackle out of Tampa with the Buccaneers. He had a high ranking of 5, a low ranking of 14. And then at number 10, Grady Jarrett, Atlanta Falcons, had a high ranking of 4, a low ranking of 14. Now, other guys that received votes were Kenny Clark with the Green Bay Packers, Jonathan Allen with the Washington Football Team, Quinnen Williams with the New York Jets, J.J. Watt with the Arizona Cardinals, Akeem Hicks with the Chicago Bears, David Onyemata with the New Orleans Saints, and then you had Jaron Reed with the Kansas City Chiefs, Eric Armstead with the San Francisco 49ers, and then the big man Calais Campbell, the Baltimore Ravens. But yeah, man, Pittsburgh Steelers with 2 on the list. Tuitt at number 8, Cam Heyward at number 4. Which one you want to react to first?
I was thinking just him being ranked number 1.
Let's do it, man. Yeah. And let us know in the chat as well, man, what y'all think about these rankings in terms of Cam being rated as the 4th best interior D lineman, along with Tuitt being rated as the 8th best interior defensive lineman.
Tuitt had one guy, whether it was a GM or a coach. Tuitt had
one person that thought that he was the best D lineman in the NFL. So actually, we'll focus on Tuitt first. You're right.
That is amazing.
How about see? What are your thoughts on Tuitt having a number 1 D-line ranking?
I do think he is really underrated. And last year, surprisingly, whenever you look at the stats, he had 11 sacks, which I wouldn't have expected. I don't know why. Yeah. Did he really fly that under the radar throughout the season?
I mean, he had a quiet double digit.
Because I remember before he got hurt in 2019, I felt like his presence was more known, even though his stats, I think, on a per-game basis were maybe going to end up a little bit less if he was going to finish out the season. Yeah. Like, I thought he was for sure in the Pro Bowl race there for that 2019. And based off the stats, he probably could have been last year. I don't know why he just flew under the radar. For someone to consider him that highly, it gets me pumped a little bit. I'm not going to lie, but...
Well, they did say also in this that they said the problem manifests in defensive attention. Tuitt demanded 187 double teams on pass rushes, 6 most in the NFL, despite playing alongside stars like Cam Heyward, TJ Watt, and Bud Dupree.
There you go.
So when you talk about, like, that's crazy. One NFC scout says that Tuitt is incredibly gifted as a player and comes and goes, but when he's on, he's a massive problem. Now, remember last year, it was a 7th season. He had 11 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, and 25 quarterback hits, all right? And this other AFC executive, he wrapped it up by saying this. He says, you take away the injuries and the inconsistencies from past seasons, and he's a top 5 player easily. He says, Cam Heyward has been that guy on the Steelers D-line for a while, but it kind of started to flip this year where Tuitt got some of that attention.
Whoa.
That's spicy right there, man.
So I guess there could be 2 things there. One is just like, what was the dude thinking that put Tuitt at 1?
It has to be age, bro. Because from what I've seen, that had to be the only vote where Donald wasn't rated as a 1. Because Donald had one person that didn't vote him as a 1. And literally in the report, it said that the person cited youth and upside. So Tuitt is, I think, hold on, I got his age right here.
Because he's like right in his prime
Tuitt
right
is
now.
28, and then Donald is 30. So, right.
That's a stretch.
It's right.
That's a stretch to say age for Donald. So there's a reason.
So literally, this is what he says right here. So when it comes to Aaron Donald, it was like for the second straight year, Donald earned more first place votes than any player, regardless of position. He had the most first place votes any player position. AFC Scout said this: I will put a space between him and all the defensive tackles and edge guys. Honestly, he's by himself. This is what he says. Listen to him. So he says, yes, someone voted Donald 4th. That particular voter prioritized youth and upside, but Donald has shown 0 signs of slowing down at age 30. His 24.2% pass rush win rate leads all defensive tackles by a wide margin, and that's with facing a double team on 219 of 314 rushes. Holy cow, that is a ton of double teams, which is right here the most in the NFL. Donald created 30 incompletions, second to only edge rusher TJ Watt. The NFL exec also says you are not stopping him. You just hope to be able to get the ball out fast. It's crazy, man.
That's what I'm thinking. I mean, I would have Donald at 1. I wouldn't be opposed to putting Tuitt at 2, honestly. If people are thinking that highly of him, why not? Throw him up there at 2.
Let's see what the chat says, though. We'll see what they say.
Because
I'm seeing people like Cam over Tuitt, though, right now. They're saying that Tuitt has the upside and he'll be the next going, but people are still on Cam right now. They're just saying that Tuitt is just younger. That's the big thing with him.
Yeah, because that's the other one. So, what was the dude thinking?
So with
Tuitt at 1.
So with Cam, this is what they said.
Now it's like Tuitt versus Cam.
So with Cam, this is what they said. At Cam, they says Heyward isn't in the top 5 for everyone, but he rarely falls past number 7 on the ballots. One of the league's most consistent performers inside is still playing at a high level. The only real knock is he might have missed a few sacks. Talking about last year where he had 4 on the year compared to the past 2 years where he was at 8.5 sacks. But his 21 incompletions created is the 3rd best mark on this list, using his length, talking about having 34-inch arms, and power to penetrate the line. The AFC Scout has said that steady, consistent, productive technician when describing Cam Heyward. Once he gets those long arms in your chest, he can push you back. An NFC executive also added, he really came on late in the year. For that stretch, he was back to doing what he does. When you play Pittsburgh, he was the guy we said we had to stop. The reason why is you can't block that joker inside. That's what he said. So not TJ, not Cam, not Bud, not anybody else. He said that Cam Heyward was the guy that they had to account for.
Whoa. Mm-hmm. Now, that gets you amped up a little bit then.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just one person saying it, but...
Well, not just one, because Eric Askew, he says Cam could have easily been number 2 on that list, too. So he feels like, he's
well, either way, dude, we got 2 of these dudes in the top 10. I think Tuitt could be a little bit higher. And if we're debating between Tuitt and Heyward, maybe who's going to be the next guy or who is right now, who's going to have the better season. When we talk about needs, we haven't been talking about the defensive line, and these 2 guys are the reason why. But what I do like about that, though, is like the focus on the defensive line like that.
Mm-hmm.
If they could just be the same, maybe Tuitt increases production a little bit. Maybe Heyward has a little bit slight decline just based off age, but maybe they're the same at least.
Yeah.
If Highsmith can just take that second-year jump, maybe that could be an X factor. Because like you were just saying right there, if they're locked in on our defensive line, that might open up some space for these outside linebackers. Obviously, TJ's going off, but
it definitely could.
Then
without a doubt,
it could come down to Highsmith.
It definitely could. Now, this is the thing that I'm seeing in the chat. They said that some people are thinking that Tuitt the highest he should be rated is number 3. That's what Steeler Nation 412 and Mike this isn't Mike Mixich. This is Mike Metesic. They both say that Tuitt should be rated at number 3 at best. T-Man says Tuitt is top 8, but Cam over Tuitt. Ancient Ox says that he says that Tuitt is not better than Cam. He is good though. And that's my thing, man. I think that both of those dudes are really dynamic. I think, and I've said this plenty of times as well, Tuitt by far is the better athlete. It's not close, but Cam's the better player. It's no different with the conversation of Dwayne Haskins and Ben Roethlisberger. Now, granted, Dwayne hasn't been as productive as Tuitt, but essentially with Tuitt, he's had what? This is his real like breakout season. We haven't seen that real breakout season from Dwayne Haskins, but imagine if Haskins had a breakout season and they say, well, man, he's better than Ben because he's more talented. No, Ben's been doing it way longer. We know what Ben is. Cam has been doing this thing way longer, and he's super consistent. You know what he is. Cam is old faithful. In the words of Coach Tomlin, Cam is the McDonald's number 1. You know what that's going to be regardless of the country. You get in the Big Mac. It's that simple. With Tuitt, you don't know what you're getting. With Tuitt, we said, man, and this was early in his career as well. Tuitt would get you 3-4 sacks in a game or 2 games and then disappear. And that was the frustrating part with him. So even though last year it was good that he put it all together consistently, I do want to see it again before I'm willing to say that, all right, you've closed that gap like that to Cam, because Cam hasn't shown any signs of slowing down. I know he's getting older, but he's still balling.
That's the question. Man. Good to it. Take that next step even and surpass Cam this year.
Do you think
that's what the dude's got to be thinking that's got him number 1.
That's definitely what they're thinking.
Whereas
man.
Like Tuitt showed the signs in 2019. Put it all together last year, even though it was under the radar. Mm-hmm. He's 28. Could this be the year for Tuitt?
Yeah, because like Ancient Ox right here, he talks about Tuitt being kind of injury prone though. Does that weigh into how we view Tuitt as well? Because I know for me it does.
Yeah, I mean, it's only really been, just last year for him to put a season.
Yeah.
That was the first year really for him to put
a full body of work.
All that together. 2019 we saw the signs, but then he was always banged up his first
always,
few
bro.
years.
Whether it was the knee, whether it was the bicep, whether it was this, whether it was that. With Cam, you think Cam's biggest injury was the pec. He had that, and I remember he finished the game. I was like, yo, I don't know how you did that, because I know when my pec did what it did, I thought I was about to die. I was like, Cam, you're a better man than me, bro. I appreciate you. He went out there and finished the game with 3 sacks. I said, Lord have mercy. All right. But yeah, I just, for me, man, I feel like with Cam, I know what I'm getting with him. I can trust him. I know that he's going to be healthy. He's going to be available, and he's always going to play to that same level every single time. Whereas with Tuitt might give me a 10 of a performance and he goes absolutely bonkers, but then he might give me a 5 where he's just kind of just out there. And you're like, bro, what is this? So that's the only reason why I'm probably going to still side with Cam right now, though, man.
Okay. But
that's a tough decision.
No, I was going to say, but someone's not wrong in thinking like, hey, Tuitt with the upside this year, I'll take my chance.
If Tuitt gives me this again next year, that's a different conversation. But that's what we all hope and feel like Tuitt can grow into. And that's what made it so good to see that last year. But it's like, can we see it again? Because if we can see it again, now this is special. Because Tuitt is a freak of an athlete, bro. Like crazy. You talk like I've never seen a dude like as big, like his body composition. Because like Mario Williams was big as well, but Mario was more long. Mario was built more like a basketball player, just very long and can still, he was explosive, but he just reminded me of a hooper out there. You know what I mean? Whereas with Tuitt is a big man, but he is so twitchy, bro. Like you watch his get off sometimes, man. And obviously being in practice with him, being able to see it every day, just how he moved. You're like, yo, that's special. That's rare right there. And you just hope that he could put it together consistently. So seeing that last year, man, huge revelation. If he can keep doing that, though, bro, that'd be a huge asset for us, man. Huge asset. But we got color up here in this chat, too, man. Shout out to Max Holcomb right here, man. Max, we appreciate your support, but also we appreciate your message, baby. He says, just wanted to say, hit the like button, guys. Do bring up a point there, man. It is about 662 people as it currently stands, and we're at 137 likes right now.
Damn,
that's unfortunate, man.
Yeah.
I don't make the rules up, baby, and I just read off what they put.
Yeah, can we get to 200?
That's all I'm saying, man. And then Khalik, I mean, now it's funny that Max put that in there. A lot of people started to follow up. Khalik says 500 people, not even 200 likes. We slacking.
We're doing good on the views, though. I mean, for 600, it's pretty good.
Yeah, and it's on a Wednesday night too, man.
Yeah,
it's been pretty dope, bro. And we've been talking about some of everything too, man. We hooping, track, Twitter, culture, like everything, man. But yeah, that's what the people say, man. Don't blame us. It's what the people ask for, man.
And he takes on.
But that's what I want to know, though, man. I'm trying to see, like, in terms of people's decisions on who would they side with right now, Cam Heyward versus Tuitt, who would you have rated higher going into this next season?
Yeah, I'd probably keep Cam over Tuitt.
You want Cam?
I like Tuitt's upside, though. I do think maybe where they're at their careers, if Tuitt can, like we said, if he could pull it together, maybe even show a little bit more next year, could he emerge as our top dog? I don't know. I think there's a chance.
Now, John,
going into this season, keep it at Cam.
I was going to say, too, man, let us know in the chat, too. Let us know in the chat who y'all feel y'all would take right now going into the next season, right? Cam Heyward represented as the number one guy, or is Tuitt the number one guy? Like, do you think that transition of power has changed? I know when in that write-up with Tuitt, right, they said that it looked like towards the end of the year was a little bit of a changing of the guard, that Tuitt had become the alpha down there. I said, me personally, I'm siding with the big dog Cam. Now, I'm biased because I'm a Cam guy. I told you about my favorite Apple Watch. It's my gift from my team captain, Cam Heyward. It was back in 2014. It's my favorite watch, man. I love this watch, bro.
So the watch is telling you your ranking.
Absolutely.
Right,
so every time I look at my watch, it tells me Cam. It says Cam. I mean, it's been times I've been talking and Cam hit me with a text. Yo, did it? I'm like, yo, you know what? Cam said this, man. All right. I don't care what I just said. Forget what I just said. My dog said, like, that's how I feel about it because of this right here. So shout out to you, Cam. You're always my favorite. I tell you it all the time. Ben's number 2. Ben's my second favorite, but Cam's my number 1, though, man.
Nice.
I've had a lot of team captains.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of team captains, but those are my 2 favorite. Because Ben always got my DVDs and my Uggs.
Nice.
We're going to talk about our friends at Manscaped. You know it's that time of the show.
Yeah.
I mean, every once in a while, because they're good friends of the show. You know, we always try to show them love. They show us love, and we can show everybody else love because they show us love. So I like when it's that love affair like that. I mean, you know, it's a happy place that we're in right now, man. But more importantly, with Manscaped, we know it's hot guy summertime, okay? We're in July. It's July. So we know in hot guy summer, we got to be ready to perform. And the only way we can perform, Deke, we got to use the Performance Package 4.0. Not the 3.0 anymore, Deke. The 3.0 is old. We can't use 3.0. It's 4.0 time. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, you always got to make advancements in life, right?
I mean, isn't that what we're always trying to do, Deke?
Yeah.
And we got taco meat, Deke, too, so you can see. And it's nicely groomed, too. You can see. You take care of it. That's Manscaped right there,
got a lot of compliments over the 4th.
I want to compliment. It looks nice, man. Thanks. Shout out to you for that. But when you talk about the Performance Package 4.0, what comes in it, you might ask me? The Lawnmower 4.0, that new trim. We talked about it. Bad Mama Gemma. Light go on and off. You don't nick. It's perfect. Perfect for the delicate twins. Also, you got the Crop Reviver, the Ball Refresher. You always want to keep those things refreshed and revived. Can never be too sure about that. But also the Manscaped briefs and the cool travel bag, which I might add. The briefs are comfy.
Yeah.
And the travel bag is very convenient. I must say that.
Yeah. They hit it from every angle, honestly.
I mean, you can't go wrong with that at all. And with that being said, since they hit it from every angle, we're going to hit it from every angle. And what angle are we forgetting? Promo code, which is MOATS. Use promo code MOATS. Receive 20% off plus free shipping. Free shipping and 20% off. I mean, does it get better than that?
I don't think it does.
I mean, unless we were doing it just free, but we can't go free. I mean, nobody goes full free. You can't do that.
No, we live in an economy. We have businesses out here. Yeah.
We supporting the market, though.
Yeah.
But promo code MOATS, 20% off, free shipping as well. It's that simple, lady. Manscaped.com. And trust me, your delicate twins will thank you.